All right, so we're going to do a breakdown on Lucas Lepri escaping closed guard with the Jaws of Life. Okay, let's look at the one to the left here. So the first thing that Lucas Lepri does is he gets hands in the armpits. Okay, so he kind of gets these lapel grips, and they're just basically like thumb up grips in the armpits. So if we look over here,
It's
right
like
there.
a fistful of feet anchor.
Yeah. So we're going to fast forward. So the first thing is blocking the inside space of their shoulder. So you need to make sure you're on the inside of this arm, of this guy's arm here. Okay, constantly. If they circle their hand inside, you need to stay inside. All right, so we're going to fast forward. So another thing is you want to generally avoid having people put their feet on your hips. It gives them angles, it gives them leverage. It's just not good. So what you need to do is sometimes kick your leg back and stand up. Okay, so the position here is he's got up to his legs, all right? And then so he has an angle with his body going down like this. And we're going to actually look at the one on the right here too to show the same angle. So the first thing, if you see on the video on the right, is he's going to create space. So he's walking his knees back. Look at this. Subtle, look. He even like pushes both his legs back, walking, getting a gap. And you're going to see that gap right here between. Okay. And then as he comes back, he's even getting a little bit more back. All right. And now the first step he's going to make is with this leg. And he's going to step it kind of on the toes and to the side. So let's look at, it's on the toes and it's got some distance away from the hip. It's not stepping anywhere near this area. Okay. So now he's going to stand all the way up. Okay. Flat-footed. Okay. He's got flat feet. All right. And again, we're looking at that angle of the back going like this and still maintaining the inside space with the hands. Okay. So now we're going forward, and now we're going to get into the micro step that takes place here. So with the right foot, he's going to take a micro step forward, just like this. Ready? And boom. Okay. Now here's where everybody makes a mistake. The knee is actually slightly to the right of the butt cheek. In here, it's actually slightly to the right of the butt cheek. What he's going to do is he's actually going to sit his hips. And we need to see this angle here. How can we do this with the, oops. Okay. We're going to just draw two lines. So we're going to go 90-degree angle here. We're going to see if his butt, yes. Okay. You see how he squats back, and as he's squatting back, he moves the person's body and rotates his knee to the inside and squats, moving his weight back, not forward. His weight is squatting back. And then you're going to see, look at this, look at the angle. So you have that angle, that 90-degree angle. You're going to see this the left foot here, take a little step back. Watch this. To the toes. And then the knee drops. Now, it's super important that as that knee drops, you kind of open it and keep like a triangle of base. So, you would have that shin of the right leg, and then you have, let's see, okay, so you'd have the foot on the ground, and then you'd have the knee. Let's see, hold on. So foot on the ground, and then you'd have the knee, and then you have the toes, keeping that triangle of base. I hope that makes sense. So let's go back to the video on the left. Video on the left, we have a better angle of being able to see what goes on here. So now we're going to do a small step forward with the right leg. Look at that. That's that micro step coming close. And the left leg stays back. And now instead of him squatting with both legs, he's just going to go straight down to the knee, but the motion is still back. And we're still seeing that 90-degree angle happening as he sits back. Like, look at right there. He's sitting back. And he's going straight to it. Now let's talk about how you actually open the guard and actually crack the guard open. let's go back to the video on the right. He's going to lean slightly to the left and expand his back like a cat back and pop the grip open. And then right away, he needs short elbows and inside space to open the close guard. Let's go back to the video on the left. He's leaning to the left. And then a lot of times the guy will just open the close because he doesn't feel like super secure. But you want to push off the hips and cat back away. And then right away, getting to an inside position. So big takeaways, you want to get space, walk in your knees back. You need enough space. Another element here is that the people always lock their legs high up on your back. So we can see that in video number 2. As he creates space, you'll see the lock. You'll see the actual feet. Hold on. You'll see the feet go from this position to somewhere up here. Watch this. You see that? As soon as the legs lock up higher, there's more of a gap here to work with to then stick your leg in. And then look at that little micro step. You see that little micro step with the right foot? And then again, just to reiterate, those are flat feet. Flat feet. You're not trying to be on the balls of your feet and stick your knee in. It's not about that. It's about getting this foot forward enough, underneath them almost, and then getting that knee in just by pivoting your knee.
The other thing is, if you look at his body here, you do have to have a degree of hamstring flexibility and even ankle mobility. Can you go back to where he first stands up with straight legs?
Yeah, so right there.
Yeah, so, this may not look tremendous, but it is a degree of ankle flexibility as well as hamstring flexibility. And these are attributes you can work on. So if you ever feel like tight, restricted, or uncomfortable, like Professor Lepri has such fantastic body mechanics that none of this is even a thought. But if you ever feel tight, you got to do these stretches.
So again, we have the high legs up high in the back. And then we also have inside space with the hands maintained the whole way through. Like they're never not on the inside. And you have that 90-degree squat. In this case, I do like the squat. It gives you a lot of stability. And then you could take that foot and drive it back over here after you're done. So let's look at that. Yeah, see how he brings the toes back and drops the knee? And that's it. That's how you create a really good jaws of life that you could rely upon. So